round one underway. This one's scheduled for 10, but given the power and the size of these two men, no one expecting that it will go that far.
Corey, you remember we had an American fighter, Butterbean?
Of course.
He looks like a bigger, stronger version of Butterbean. Butterbean could fight too.
Well, we didn't see Butterbean go 10 rounds that many times, outside of when he was in there with Larry Holmes. But Shevadzutskyi, we did see go the distance with Kubrat Pulev a couple of fights ago, took that fight on just a week's notice and went the distance with a former heavyweight title holder.
Hulk's doing what he could do. He's walking his opponent down, but he's got to let his hands go. You know, he's got to let his hands go. He's walking him down. Stick out a jab. There you go. Stick it out a jab. Don't try to knock it out. Stick it out. Stick it out. Bang that body. Jab. When you fight a southpaw, you jab to his shoulder, you jab to the hip. Keep him off balance, just so you know where he's at.
Jalolov owns a number of boxing schools at home in Uzbekistan, where he's been training. He spent time training in Indio, California, where many great Uzbek fighters have taken up shop as well. And right now, letting his hands fly here in the opening round.
A lot of people forget that, again, it was Gennady Golovkin. He went over and was trained in Southern California. First one I knew to do it. And he used to train up, he used to go to the, up into the mountains. Go in the mountains
Big Bear.
there. Big Bear Mountains to train.
A very different climate where the Uzbeks hang out in the desert of Indio.
Yes. Yes.
Just as harsh in a very different way. These combinations certainly not too pleasant for the Hulk to be feeling right now, as Jalolov really opening up here in the opening round. Nice uppercut breaking through the guard of Shevadzutskyi.
It's the first round. We know the Hulk, but I like the way the Hulk's walking him down, making him work. Either, Hulk's gonna start letting his hands go in the next couple rounds because he can't just let this guy keep taking shots, or he's just trying to figure him out. But I'll tell you, even though he's not throwing a lot of punches, he's walking him down.
Again, we have to remember that Jalolov, without being in the professional ring, and even when he was in 2023, is for less than a round. He's been he's been in the amateur rank, so maybe trying to stretch him out for the Hulk, who isn't a high output fighter. This isn't the worst approach. Body shot there from the Hulk, and a left hook to the body.
I like what the Hulk did the first round. I like the fact he was walking him down, picking his shots, let his hands go a few at the end. Let's see if he does it more in the next round.
Round two underway. Bakhodir Jalolov and the Hulk, Shevadzutskyi.
I tell you, Jalolov isn't doing a whole lot of things either at this point. He's just sticking out a jab. Yeah, he threw more punches last round, but I'm telling you what, he better do a lot more to keep the Hulk off here.
How about 3 or 4 left hands to back him up? That works.
But Hulk caught 2 or 3 of them on the punches. If not all of them, he caught him on the glove.
Nice shot to the body there from Jalolov. Now bring that left hand up top.
But I love the fact that Hulk rolls underneath that punch and making him miss. I love that. Now, when you make him miss, you got to make him pay for it. So you got to come back with something.
We have seen the Hulk stopped in the past. He was stopped by Martin Bakhodir, albeit on his feet. He took a lot of punishment in that fight. He didn't think it should have been stopped, but there was a lot of one-way traffic in that fight.
But what I would tell this corner of the Hulk, I tell, quit doing ring around the rosy. Quit following him like that. Cut off the ring and let your hands go. Get him in the corner like that, you got to let your hands go. Hulk, you got to let your hands go, buddy.
Okay, a much bigger version of himself than he was in the amateurs. He was the leading heavyweight on the Ukrainian amateur team for a while, eventually was overtaken by Victor Faust, but was a member of, as we know, one of the most talented amateur teams anywhere on the planet.
Okay, you got to move them hands. Okay, there you go. Come back with something. Let the judges see that you're coming back with punches. You end with the punches. Even though you might not have hit him, look, it showed the judges you're still in the fight. And it looks more impressive to the judges. You come back with the last shot.
Stiff jab there from Jalolov as he turns the corner.
These are guys exerting a lot of energy at this point. So I hope they pick it up as the rounds go on.
This has been something that we've seen out of Jalolov at times in his pro career. You think back to his date on Showtime against Jack Malawi. Kind of tedious affair until he scored a devastating knockout. You wonder if Jalolov, given that layoff, wouldn't mind a couple of rounds here as well.
No, I'm sure that's what he's trying to do without getting careless. That's why he's got his hands up high. He's not throwing as many punches because he doesn't want to get careless and get caught with a counter punch. But Corey, as we were saying, as the rounds go on, if you want the chance to win this fight, you gotta let your hands go. Obviously, in any fight, you gotta let your hands go. He's being a little cautious because he's been off so long, but he's got to let his hands go more and more as the rounds go on for any opportunity to win.
Round 3 underway. Big Uzbek and the Hulk. Heavyweight action from here in Astana, Kazakhstan. As Jalolov opens up with a beautiful uppercut to split the guard of Shevadzutskyi.
You know he did that because he knew that the Hulk wasn't coming back with nothing. That's why you Hulk, you got to stick it out there. Just stick a jab out there. Break him up a little bit. There you go. There you go. Throw that hook. Break him up. He's got to know that something's coming back at him, so he can't stand there and throw those easy uppercuts or left hooks or right hooks without you responding.
Jalolov, as we know, a titanic power puncher. We've seen it in the amateur ranks. We've seen it during his professional stint. The Hulk, very durable, but again, not impenetrable. We have seen him stopped in the past.
See, I like the fact that he moves his head side to side. He keeps his hands up high, rolls his shoulders. I like what I see. Just throw more punches.
A quick combination there from Jalolov. Finishes it off with a straight left hand.
He's only catching him right now. You got to counter with something. Come on, Hulk. I want to see this guy. I like what I see so far. I want to see more of him. And the only way you're going to be able to see more of him is if he throws more punches. There you go. Corey, the Hulk is not a guy you want to see in the street.
No.
You want to see the street late at night? That's the face you want to see? No.
No.
I know.
I can't believe he didn't just have this nickname already. Oh, big left hand, and down goes the Hulk.
As we were saying, I just said a little bit ago, got caught with a straight left hand down the middle.
Well, the Hulk is not impervious to left hands like that.
No. Jalolov now got to pour it on. If I'm Jalolov, I'd go through punches and punches. Keep it going. Boom, boom, there you go.
A big Uzbek trying to make a big re-entry into the pro ranks. Can he finish off the Hulk here in round 3? just unloading with left hands right now with Jalolov.
Look, Hulk's catching most of those shots, but Shevadzutskyi is letting it go. He's letting his hands go. What you got to do? But he's wide open for a counter.
The Hulk will survive the round, but a deep breath as he heads back to the stool. Round 4 begins. The Hulk, Ihor Shevadzutskyi, off the canvas in round 3. Still plowing forward, but the big Uzbek, Bakhodir Jalolov, looking sharp here in the opening 4 rounds.
Shevalov's going to try to set him up to do this, to set him up to come down the middle again. He's trying to do it. Because, you know, that was the first time he really caught him with a straight shot. Most of the time, Hulk is moving side to side, catch him on his gloves. Shevadzutskyi is trying to drop that straight left hand again. He's setting him up with the right hand. He's throwing, you know, tapping him on his shoulder, tapping it, throwing like a wide hook. He's trying to open him up for that straight left hand.
Well, that's exactly how he opened him up for that left hand. It was that throwaway right hook, opened up the lane for the left hand.
Exactly. He's trying to distract him with the right hand, but all he's looking for is a straight left now. No uppercut, no overhand left, straight left hand down the middle. You know, Corey, this fight show, they did a great job. But let me tell you, Nomad Productions is the promoter. But the gentleman who's not here tonight, Scott Murray from Kennock, England, is the one who started Nomad Productions promotions with Rustam, who is the promoter on site. So Scott wasn't able to be here tonight, but shout out to Scott for doing a hell of a job putting the show together. It started with his vision.
A lot of big names on the card here tonight, including this man, the big Uzbek. Just missed with another one of those potential fight-ending left hands. Basically, every left hand that he lets go of could end the night.
Yeah, well, now that he dropped him, he knows that. Now that he dropped Hulk, he knows that he could do it and hurt him again. Just got to put the right punch, set it up, make sure it's straight down the middle. Because Hulk has done a pretty good job of catching the other punches. With his hands high, his chin low, moving side to side, rolling his shoulders.
Good timing shot there a moment ago. Hulk trying to move his head. Jalolov just met him with the left hand. Didn't put the full force on that one. As we enter the final 20 seconds here of round 4. Jalolov maybe thinking about the uppercut there. And the Hulk tries to bully his way to the inside.
Well, that's what he's got to do. Corey, he's got to bully him on the rope and try to make it a dogfight. Boom, right there, see? Hulk's coming after him, trying to make it. He catches a lot of punches. Boom! The fact that he got hit with that one shot, Jalov's trying to come around the corner, he's not going to do it. It's got to be straight down the middle, the one he knocked him down with. Because Hulk's catching everything else.
See a little bit of blood coming from the nose of Shevadzutskyi there as round 5 now begins.
You know, I think actually both fighters now are starting to get into a groove. Both guys. It's just that Hulk can't catch him because long layup. His punches aren't sharp, they aren't crisp. But he's coming along now. He's letting his hands go more. I like the fact that he's jabbing to the body, trying to touch him and find out his distance. So, You just got to touch him. Touch him on the shoulder, touch him in the hip, touch him in the belly. Don't stick it in out there, though, Hulk. That's how you get caught. That's how you get caught with a straight left hand.
So I'm getting caught
Bring
with
it back.
a
Bring
check
it
right
back.
hook there a moment ago, too.
Yeah,
Getting
bring it back.
a little bit over anxious as Jalolov offers up that left hand again. And Jalolov, Ray, has talked about the fact that he wants to be known as more than a power puncher. Obviously, when you finish every single one of your fights by knockouts, people are going to talk about that. But he says he wants people to talk about his defense and his footwork.
You know what? And I get that. And he moves pretty good. You know, his defense is not, a lot of punches thrown at him right now. But here's what he just did. What about the art of infighting is gone? You don't see any heavyweights infight. They want to hold, grab. Learn how to infight. That's an art that's lost, and I don't know why heavyweights don't do it nowadays.
Now, if you're Jalolov, do you even want to do that against the Hulk?
No, you don't have to in this fight, but try to make it, keep your hands in tight, time up when it gets so, don't grab him high on the head. Come on, man. Learn how to infight. Most of these guys don't even know and don't care to know or learn.
Big left hand again there from Jalolov.
Yeah. Hulk, throw something back, buddy. You got to throw something back. See?
Jalolov just stops, plants, lands that left hand again.
And as I said earlier, every other fight is doing ring around the rosy. Cut him off, slide over, cut him. There you go.
A little bit of body work there from the Hulk.
Yes. Got close. Stick it out. Stick that jab out, Hulk. Stick it out. Don't parry with him. Don't do that. Stick it out.
Yeah, you just mentioned don't parry with him. I imagine what Jalolov wants him to do is that, because he can line up the uppercut when he can manipulate the Hulk's guard.
Right. I get that. But you know what? That's how you get. You stick your arm out, and you get hit. You get hit with a roundhouse hook yourself. But Hulk ain't throwing it.
Final 10 seconds here of round 5. Jalolov just slides out of the way of that left hook from the Hulk. And we will head back to the corners.
Good. I'll tell you, Corey, I'm really enjoying these fights. And again, a shout out to Nomad Productions. Scott Murray did a heck of a job putting the show together. Shout out to Rustam, the local promoter. I'll tell you what, this is an entertaining show.
Round 6 begins. And Ray, as you're well aware, when you're developing a really talented heavyweight like Jalolov, one of the challenges early in their career is finding rounds.
Getting rounds,
If you're trying to find rounds for the big Uzbek, you have found the right opponent here tonight.
That's exactly right. Very good point. And I'll tell you what, he's getting rounds in. He's got a double tough guy in front of him. He dropped him once. But he's not getting careless. He's not getting overexcited and trying to make it win by knockout. But Jalolov's got to pick it up a little bit, pick up the pace. If you want to be come on. Again, the art of infighting's gone, man. Learn how to infight. Standing there, that's boring, man. Come on.
What would Ray Mancini have done in that scenario, right?
Why you pull your hand back. Drop your knees and start digging uppercuts to the body. That's what I want. I was an infighter. I wanted to close that distance. I know Jalolov's a big, long, lanky guy. You don't want it, but keep your hands in tight. Don't just keep holding them. That's so amateurish, man. That's the thing. A lot of these guys didn't learn the pro game. They keep bringing a lot of amateurish, habits from the amateur game to the pro game. Pull your hand down. Or the referee's got to get in there faster, because nobody wants to see that. It's just boring to watch guys hold each other.
Jalolov just missing with that right hook there.
And he's getting more and more brazen by keeping his hands down because he's got nothing coming back to him. You know, Hulk got to throw more punches. Hulk, throw him, baby, come on. Let your hands go. If the Hulk is frustrated, we don't know because his expression ain't changed in, 6 rounds so far. It's the same. Even when he got knocked down, he was the same.
It's the same look he had on his face when he went to the movies to see the Hulk and got his nickname.
Hulk, stick out a jab, Hulk.
You hear the heavy breathing of the Hulk on his way in there. Jalolov just glides underneath back to center ring with 30 seconds remaining here in round 6.
Look, Shevalov's getting the work he wants. He's getting the work he wants, definitely. He just can't get that careless, man. He can't get careless. What he's doing in this fight, I know it's just this particular fight. But you got to pick, if he fights better opponents, you have to get his hands up higher.
Closing moments here of round 6. The quietest one of the fight thus far as the big men head back to their stools.
Look, you got right there. Okay, kept the good shin, kept the shin down. I mean, it isn't like the Hulk isn't trying, but he's just got to find his distance, man. This is a tall, lanky guy. You got to move your way in with the jab.
Round 7 underway. Double Olympic gold medalist Bakhodir Jalolov and the Ihor Shevadzutskyi. Heavyweight action from here in Astana, Kazakhstan.
Corey, even Jalolov from Uzbekistan, if I'm saying it right. That's the home of a lot of good fighters, especially MMA fighters. MMA fighters are they're all double tough. That's a homeland of a lot of tough fighters.
Nice uppercut there from Jalolov. Uzbekistan arguably right now has the best amateur boxing program in the world, alongside places like Ukraine.
Yeah.
Obviously the Kazakhs, many talented amateurs. We've seen many of them here tonight.
Look, if the Hulk, try to go with a body shot. Look, the Hulk's tried. He's just trying to, he can't find his distance yet, or has it all for the last 7 rounds. But, unless they change it up, I think it's going to be like, you could, how they say it in tech terminology, press.
What, Control Alt Delete? You want to just get out, press escape?
No, when you press stop, rewind, and do it over. It's going to be the same thing. So
Yeah.
I'm not a tech guy, obviously. Obviously, you know that.
I was thinking of my key commands. I'm trying to help
I can't think of the words, But what I'm saying is, it's going to be the same thing over the next 3-4 rounds, this round and the next 3 rounds, if somebody, Jalolov or the Hulk, doesn't change it up.
Well, the difficulty is that Jalolov, listen, he has found the formula, Ray, to just never lose rounds. In fact, if you look back, and if we're including his amateur career here, to my knowledge, he hasn't lost a fight of any kind, pro or amateur, since 2018. If we're not including walkovers in the amateur, physically losing a fight, I think you have to go back to 2018 in the World Series of Boxing when he lost to Jose Larrade of Cuba when he was much younger. He has figured out how to not lose rounds against heavyweight fighters.
Well, first, being a southpaw helps. Second of all, you got to be more active. Tall, lanky. I get a lot of things. Yes, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if he's got to change the game in the pro game. He's too immature still for the pro game. This fight isn't going to give you any indication. Try to tie him up. Learn how to fight on the inside again. I'm sounding like a broken record, but I mean it. You better learn to change the game to take it to the next level.
Right here in particular, I imagine, you think there's an opportunity to land something to the body.
Yes. Oh, he got caught.
He got caught. The Hulk landed the shot he's looking for. Acknowledged by the big Uzbek right at the end of the round.
I'm going to say, Corey, I didn't hear no bell again. I'm getting lost by not hearing the bell. I'd be, come on now.
Round 8 underway, and the crowd
got a little more life now. Because the Hulk's bringing it. Attaboy, Hulk, bring it.
Is the Hulk your favorite heavyweight fighter today?
So far. Hey, I like the fact. Oh, come on now. Jalolov, come on, man. Jalolov, you know better than that. Come on.
Well, Jalolov didn't like the clubbing shot at the end of the last round. That, I guess, is his retribution.
I guarantee that Jalolov's happy it's in a boxing ring, not in an alley. So I guarantee it might be a little different there.
The crowd might be rallying behind the Hulk here.
I'll tell you what, the Hulk would have been jabbing in the body throughout the fight. He'd be getting a lot closer. That's how you break down the southpaw. Throw jabs, shoulder, hip. Oh, come on, Hulk. You got to turn around faster than that.
Jalolov meets him with a nice left hand there. Again, the younger version of the Hulk, as we mentioned, one of the stars of the Ukrainian amateur team. His amateur career ended when he suffered a torn meniscus. The Ukrainian government paid for the surgery, he rehabilitated, obviously became a much bigger person, had to adapt his style into what we see today.
If the government's willing to do that, God bless. Beautiful.
This left hand down the middle there from Jalolov.
Jalolov, he's got to let his hands go more. He's got to let his hands go more. He's still, look, if I'm a righty fighting Jalolov, he's not the hardest guy to draw a beat off of. You could draw a beat on him. You don't want that. You want to be, as a southpaw, be a little more crafty, a little more harder to hit. He's not the hardest guy to hit because he does the same thing over and over. He's got to change it up. Look, Hulk's not going to change. He knows one way. Jalolov got to change the game a little bit. And he's not, and it doesn't look like he's throwing any hard punches. He dropped Hulk. Don't get me wrong. Threw one hard punch down the middle. He's not going to scare a lot of guys off the way he's just tapping them.
Closing in on the final 20 seconds here of round 8. Jalolov just sticking to the formula here. Nice left hand down the middle. Putting rounds in the bank, but mostly replicas of the previous round. With 2 to go here in this heavyweight contest.
Corey, as I said, Hawks, he only knows one way. Oh, keeps coming forward. It's going to be double tough. But Jalolov, there, okay, there you go. Try to catch him off guard, because I'm telling you what, he's going to keep coming forward unless you have something else to keep him off you. Shapovalov's got to throw punches in bunches. Just throw some punch and then step to the side. Step to the side. Throw straight punches, step to the side.
Round 9 underway. Well, to build upon that point, Ray, maybe one of the things that Jalolov is still getting used to, and again, we most recently saw him in the Olympics, not in the pro ring, is figuring out.
Oh, there you go. Good uppercut.
Like that,
That's
is
right.
getting a comfort level at mid-range, not just throwing and stepping all the way out, right?
Right, exactly. Because believe me, as he steps up, he's going to fight guys that are going to close that distance, and he's got to have to learn how to
make
fight
you
on
fight
the range.
there. Right.
Yes. And he's got a guy opponent that he could do it with. Guy's slow. You know, he's trying to get a rhythm. He can't find a rhythm. Take some chances, Jalolov. Jalolov's got to take some chances here. You want to be appealing. You want to be more fan-friendly, man. The pro game, you got to be appealed to the fans. That's what my friend Scott Murray told me. You got to be more fan-friendly.
All trying to get some work done on the inside.
There he is. Now he threw a body shot.
Yeah,
I don't know
good
if that's
body
gonna
shot
have any,
there.
I don't know if it's going to have any effect on the Hulk, but it was a good punch. But throw it to the body, throw it to the chin. Double uppercut. Bang, bang, real fast.
Beautiful body shot again there from Jalolov. Same shot he landed before. You know, you've kind of pointed this out as well. Every time there's a clinch and a break, these are very gentlemanly breaks, Ray.
No, man, pull your hand down and keep. Look, come on, Cove, look. Now, Cove, look, he maybe does use some jiu-jitsu training too, because he knows how to tie him up. Get the hooks in, Come on, man, we want to see. If you get the pro game, learn how to fight on the inside. These guys Jalov's got to learn how to do that, and he's going to take it to the next step.
Final minute here of round 9. Big Uzbek, Bakhodir Jalolov, back in the professional ring. And he is potentially in the situation where he could be taking the distance for the first time.
Corey, when you have a fight like this, and the skill levels, different levels, we know Jalolov is the more skilled fighter. We understand he's the Olympic champion. When you got a fight like this, you fight a guy, it's repetitions, he's coming forward, you're hitting him with the same punches. Try to do something different to make it look different for the crowd, to make it more exciting for the crowd, to be more fan-friendly, so more promoters will want to use you and the opportunity to fight for bigger fights. You got to make it look different, or try to make it look more exciting.
Closing moments here of round 9, 1 to go in this heavyweight contest.
Yes, come on now.
10th and final round here.
Just try to be more impressive, try to be more fan-friendly. Stand there in front of him, throw punches. Both hands, that's it. There you go, You must have heard me. Step around, 4 or 5 punches, step around, come on.
We'll see if the Hulk will open up here in the 10th and final round. Frankly, you know that he will need a knockout to win this fight.
I'll guarantee you, Scott Murray's back to Kennock saying, come on, Jalolov, throw punches and bunches.
Jalolov looks for that clubbing left hand, slides underneath. Hands at his side now as he launches that left hand down the middle.
Hey, why time up? Why? There's no excuse. Why? You were catching him with 3 or 4 punches. Step around. Just step around and throw more punches. Corey, who looks more tired than the two?
Well, it was interesting there because Jalolov was complaining about the holding, but 2 of the last 3 clinches have been of his decision.
Of course, he's trying to time up. I told you, he looked more tired. He was bent over in the corner where the Hawk is breathing, looks like he's breathing pretty easy in there. See, there's where he hasn't learned his professional game. Just step around, move away. Quit trying to tie him up.
Hulk lands a couple of right hands on the inside. The crowd loudly booing at what's going on right now.
There you go, he got hit with it. Look, I know it's his first fight in a long time, but try to end strong, man. He's looking amateurish as heck when he does that. Try to look like a professional and finish strut. There you go. Step around. Just don't have to. I'm tired of saying it.
The crowd is now chanting for the Hulk as well.
Yes.
The crowd has, I don't know that we would say turned on Jalolov, but they've rallied behind the Hulk.
I'll guarantee Scott Murray's back at Cannock saying, let me in there with that guy. Let me in there with him.
Final 10 seconds of this contest. As the big Uzbek has been taking the distance for the first time.
The Hulk was a winner. Even if he loses, he was a winner.
Oh, the Hulk obviously made a lot of fans here
Yes.
tonight, and certainly one in the seat right beside me.
Yes.
Ihor Shevadzutskyi doing something that no one else has been able to do. He went 10 rounds with the double Olympic gold medalist as we take a look back at some of the action for the final round.
Look, he caught him with some good punches. There's no need to tie him up. That's the amateurish problem. You still got the amateurish, a lot of amateurish in him. The amateur program is you hit the guy, tie him up. No, step around. Learn the pro game. The pro game is infighting. Learn to pull your hands in and learn how to infight. That will take him, that's going to extend his career a lot more than what he's just doing there. It's going to make him more, it's going to make him much more,
More marketable, certainly.
Much more attractive
Sure.
and marketable to other promoters, especially American promoters.
Again, perhaps there's a little bit of a grace period here for Jalolov coming back to the pros. Maybe in a couple of fights, we'll start to see new wrinkles in his game. But 10 quality rounds nonetheless with the Hulk here tonight. And a lot of tape for him now to study.
Yes. Look, like I said, it's his first fight in a long time. He went 10 rounds. He went 8 hard rounds. Because the 9th and 10th he tried, he was holding a lot. You could see he was gassed out. He went 8 hard rounds. The last 2, though, you have to work on that conditioning. Because the Hulk kept coming forward, but he wasn't giving him a lot to think about.
Салмақтағы жекпе-жек ұнады ма? Төрешілердің ұпай саны бойынша, құрметті достар, ханымдар мен мырзалар, спорт сүйер қауым, бокс жанкүйерлері, назарда саңыздар, бірінші төреші 100-89, екіншісі 97-92, үшіншісі 97-93. By the count of the judgment, first judge 189, second judgment 97-92, third judge 97-93. Аса ауыр салмақтағы жеңімпаз атанған Bakhodir Jalolov!
So Bakhodir Jalolov with the unanimous decision victory. You heard the scores, 100-89, 97-92, and 97-93. Hey, the judges were paying attention.
Yeah.
They gave the Hulk some rounds.
Give him some rounds. And I thought he earned a couple. That was a good show for both guys. That was a good fight, both guys, in sets up to work. Both guys needed to work. They both got it. But with Jalolov, to take it to the next step, next level, he's going to have to learn how to infight. He's going to have to learn more of the pro game. He still has a lot of amateur games still in him.
Well, just reading body language here, there's a little bit of disappointment on the face of the big Uzbek right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he not bounces back from this, but how he improves
Right.
upon this performance.
And as I said, the Hulk, even though he lost, he won.
Қолдау көрсетейік, достар. Сіздер алыптардың шайқасын тамашаладыңыздар.
the big Uzbek Bakhodir Jalolov improves to 15-0. The perfect KO percentage now gone, as that man, the Hulk, has taken him the distance and certainly has won some fans in the process. 2 fights still to come here from Astana, including our main event between Janibek and Anuel Gamasenge. The unified middleweight title on the line. Janibek and Gamasenge in our main event, but our co-feature, a terrific one, coming up next between Sultan Zauerbek and Azinga Fuzile. We'll be back with more action from here in Astana in just a few moments.